Hey, welcome to this week's Devotional. If you're part of Shoreline, you've probably seen this postcard or a similar graphic pointing families to Shoreline Summer Day Camp coming this July. Illumination Station, the name of camp, will focus on shining a light on four aspects of who Jesus is: the promised Son, the perfect Son, the powerful Son, and the proven Son. For the next 4 weeks, I'd like to offer up a glimpse of what we'll be bringing to light for kids during that week. Who knows, maybe you'd want to get in on the important business of partnering with us as we partner with parents in the spiritual development of their families. I'll leave a link below to explore what that might look like for you. Today, let me touch on the promised light. The prophet Isaiah, writing about 700 years before the birth of Jesus, had this to say: "The people walking in darkness had seen a great light. A light has dawned on those living in the land of darkness." Now, he was speaking about the people of Zebulun and Naphtali in the region of Galilee. Now, prophets were people chosen by God to share his messages. Many of them, including Isaiah, Micah, Hosea, Zechariah, even King David, wrote about what would happen when God's promised Messiah came to earth. Isaiah described God's people as walking in darkness, but that one day they would see a great light. 7 centuries later, Matthew's gospel account records this: "When Jesus heard that John had been put in prison, he withdrew to Galilee. Leaving Nazareth, he went and lived in Capernaum, which is by the lake in the area of Zebulun and Naphtali, to fulfill what was said through the prophet Isaiah. Land of Zebulun, land of Naphtali, the way of the sea beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. The people living in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned." Yep, he was talking about Jesus. More than 70 Old Testament prophecies are about the coming Messiah. The New Testament writers, they knew the scriptures well, and they often quoted those Old Testament prophecies in the books and the letters that they wrote. But before Jesus was born, there was a period of about 400 years when no new prophecies were given. None. The people waited and waited and waited for prophecy to be fulfilled. And then they were. In God's perfect timing, he fulfilled the prophecies about the promised Messiah. Now, how could so many tiny details shared over hundreds of years come true? Well, they came true because God was and is in control. What he promised about Jesus happened. And as Isaiah had prophesied, a light had now dawned. Next week, Lord willing, we'll shine a light on the perfect Son. Thanks for joining me.